Now this may come as a surprise, but this car, the Audi TT Roadster, may just be the last fun Audi to drive in the real world, which I know might sound a little bit mad, but I'll tell you what, give me a second, let me pull over and I'll explain some things. You see, the Audi TT is gonna die. So if we put all the hairdresser car jokes aside, it's actually quite a sad thing. So it's going to be replaced by a bigger, fully electric car, which actually makes this, the Audi TT Roadster, the last ever small, fully combustion engined Audi Roadster. And she's a bit of a star. This third generation TT has been around for a long time, 8 years in fact, but just look at it. I mean, it might as well have been launched yesterday. Since the swanky Mark I TT in 1998, this car has always been about the design, and still, to this day, looks very pretty and unique. Now I think we can all agree that this car is very, very good looking, especially in this orange. And also the bonus of the convertible, you can put the roof down in 10 seconds, in speeds of up to 31 miles an hour. I'm also going to put up the wind deflector because my hair. Now there are some areas where this car really shines, but I think we'll do the important stuff first, which is what it's like to drive. Now this car is based on the Volkswagen MQB platform, and this specific car weighs 90 kilograms more than the coupe version, which we think is worth it. Because I tell you what it is, there's just something about driving on normal roads at normal speeds in a convertible. Makes it much more of an event, doesn't it? I just love it. I'm having the best day. Plus, this is probably the first time I've had a convertible and the sun's been out, so it's quite lovely. And also, when you're just driving like a small sports car like this, it gives you more of a sense of speed, doesn't it? Speaking of speed, she's quite fast. We've got the 40 TFSI version. We've got a 2-litre turbocharged engine, 194 brake horsepower, and it will do 151 miles an hour. I don't know where you'll be able to do that speed, but it will do it should you ever want to lose your driving licence. There we go. We've got a very snappy 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, which actually I think suits the car quite nicely, because it gives it enough performance while it's on normal roads. It's got 320 Newton meters of torque. Beautiful. Oh, and also, we'll do 40 miles per gallon. It's not bad for a sports car, is it? But if we're discussing fun, there's a whole lot more to it than just burying your right foot on straight roads. What's it like in the corners? It's good. It's not outstanding, but it is very good. It feels very agile. There is minimal body roll. It's not like super playful, but also not super focused at the same time. But you can have a lot of fun with this, especially with the roof down. But when it comes to dynamics, the Porsche Boxster wins. But this is better than a BMW Z4. It doesn't feel too big either, so I mean you've got plenty of room to pick your lines as you go through corners. I'll tell you what it is, with cars getting bigger and getting faster, this feels quite refreshing. I mean, okay, the suspension is quite firm, but it's not uncomfortable. I'm having a great time, and I also think the fact that it's orange, it's been turning many heads, which I quite like. It's definitely putting a smile on my face, I have to say that. Shall we whip it round this corner? Go on. Yes! There she is. That was fun. She is quick. She is quick. She's also good at ruining my hair. I should have put my hair up. And when you want to relax, the TT Roadster is a pleasant companion. There's a bit more noise than the coupe at speed, but it's a refined little drop top. So far then, the TT Roadster is pretty fun to drive, and it has a nice amount of performance to enjoy day to day. And we haven't got to the best bits yet. This interior is marvellous. Clean, simple, very well executed. No need for a screen up here, no. Everything's on here. Everything. You've got a 12.3-inch digital cockpit, and it houses everything, your phone, your nav, your Apple CarPlay, your driving information, etc. You can fully configure it as well, so you can have like full screen mapping, and it just looks awesome. So no touch screens, no touch sensitive buttons. Everything is controlled by this rotary dial down here, and it makes it so simple to use. Love that. Tell you what else I love. The climate controls are integrated into the vents. I mean, it just looks really stylish. Plus, heated seats, the buttons on there. I just find that really satisfying. I really like that. Oh, and when it comes to space, the boot has 280 litres, which is just a smidge smaller than the coupe, but again, not a terrible size for a car like this. Yeah, that's pretty blooming beautiful. The thing is, right, the TT is often overlooked as a bit of a faux sports car, a posing mobile, if you will. But I think we'll look back on this one as a bit of a high point. It's surprisingly good fun on a back road, and that gorgeous interior will stand the test of time. It's the last of its kind from Audi, which is a bit sad. So farewell, Audi TT. We'll miss you.